a big warm welcome back to NJW Moto. Thank you for joining me again on the channel. As ever, it's a pleasure to keep bringing this content. I'd just like to say before we go any further, thank you to all my subscribers, thank you for the likes, and thank you for joining me and watching these videos. Today's video will be concentrating on the brand new retail packaged AIO6 from Chigee. So this is the retail package version. Previously, the versions released were like pre-production versions that people got samples of. This is the full retail package. They've also sent me the BMW quick release mount, and they've also sent me the front and rear 60 frames per second cameras. As you'll all remember, when I did my video about making the AIO5 Play removable, hopefully some of my influence went over to Chigee to encourage them to make and manufacture one unit which was universal, so the mount could be swapped on the back of it to fit all different vehicles and applications. I have had some feedback from Chigee. They've thanked me for my ideas and my innovation in that part. So maybe I'm not totally responsible for this, but certainly NJW Moto had some input into development of the AIO6, which I'm really proud of. I can't tell you what it looks like at the moment, guys. I've not even opened the box. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to open it on the bench. We're going to look at what you get in the packaging. I'm then going to go through the technical aspects and some setup on the bench, see if we can get the unit working and configured on the bench. I'll try and run you through as much detail as possible with that. And then the second part of this video will be fitting it to the R1300 GS. And I'll give you my opinion as to the best way to fit it to your R1300 GS. Of course, this will still be, don't forget, a removable device using the GS Garmin type sat-nav mount, so you'll be able to unplug it, take it away from your bike should you wish to do so. We'll get this out on the bench and we'll take a look at it and see what the new AIO6 looks like in retail packaging. Okay, so let's take a look at the brand new AIO6 LTE. So this is the 4G version, guys. I have to say, looking at the packaging, Chigee are very, very, very good at the packaging. They're certainly doing the homework there. It's now, it's very Apple-esque, I've got to say. It's very much just like buying an Apple product. The quality starts with the packaging. It's absolutely superb. As you can see, it even has the tear seals on the boxes, similar to the Apple products. And here we go. I'm going to open it for the first time. There we go. That's the seals open. There we go. It's coming out now. Very tight, that box. Very tight indeed. So, typical of Chigee, sort of a double strength box with the foam in the top. User manual. A nice little strap around it to keep it all together. Let's have a look at that before we go any further. So it's in, it looks like the separate leaflets are all in different languages, guys. But yeah, looks fairly self-explanatory, and safety guidelines. So that's the paperwork. This is the AIO6 device itself, and again, as per all other Chigee products, it just oozes quality. It feels beautiful. The moulding is just absolutely superb. Very nice tactile buttons, and as you can see, it comes with the proprietary Chigee bar mount fitted to the head unit as standard. Now we have a USB-C type connector on the back of the unit. Now this goes back to what I was saying earlier about the AIO5, which I made removable and proved to Chigee that you could indeed use or only manufacture one head unit, so you don't need to manufacture a specific BMW head unit. You could just manufacture the one head unit, and then you could fit various adapters to it to suit different bikes and suit different applications, which is exactly what Chigee have done. So yeah, I've got to say, it does look a beautiful piece of kit. Let's just remove the screen protector and have a look at the screen. Again, yeah, beautiful glass screen, absolutely superb. Right, we'll get back to that in a minute. So that's the unit. We've got the typical opening area here. I've no doubt this will be for the SIM card to go in and for the memory card. So that's the head unit. What else do we get in the box? Let's have a look underneath. We've got another box underneath here. Just put that to one side. And yeah, here we go. You've got a myriad of different mounting options. So you've got the standard ball mount, which will go on the back of the Chigee unit. So while we've got it out, we'll take a look behind this little cover here and see what's in there. Yep, and there we have slot for memory card. Hope you can see that. Slot for memory card, slot for SIM card, and another USB-C, which you can use for powering it on the bench. So that's the head unit with the SIM door removed and the USB door, all very nicely done with little watertight silicone O-rings on there. Look, all very nicely done. This, I believe, is IP69 rated, so that should be totally waterproof. What else we got in this box? We've got some Allen keys, well, not Allen keys, Torx type Allen keys in the box. Some tie wraps and some Scotch lock type connectors. Various connection leads with the USB-C connector on there. Power leads for if you're having it fixed to your vehicle, I would have thought. You've got the standard Chigee stickers, and you've got the Chigee cable tidies, the various different bar thickness spacers, the CNC machined aluminium bar clamp, and of course the Chigee keychain. So that's an overview of what you get in the main head unit kit. So if you buy it to be fixed to your bike, yep, you do get a bracket for that. So you don't need to go any further than that. You can, you can mount it to your bike with the supplied kit that comes in the box. Okay, the BMW quick release module, we'll take a look at that now. I'm getting that Apple vibe again here, taking these seals off the box. Very nice, very high quality. And then again, you got your instruction manuals, your installation guides, same as before. All very comprehensive, as you would expect from Chigee. And there you go. That is the BMW mounting with the USB-C connector on there, as you can see. Now, I'm led to believe that you do not need the CGRC LIN device with this, so it will pick up and use the LIN adapter from the bike, or the CAN bus LIN adapter, and then if you plug your cameras in, you will see it has a USB-C device on the side of it, which will allow you to remove this from your bike, so it won't be fixed. You can use the Garmin type mount, and you can swap this on and off as you wish. Absolutely brilliant, great idea, and it uses the BMW mount. Again, the mouldings, superb, as you would expect from Chigee. The quality, yeah, it's up there with the top electronics brands in the world. You don't get any better than this. It's absolutely superb. So have a look and see what else we get in this box. With the BMW adapter, you get various leads. I presume this is for the cameras to mount the front and rear, and also I'm not too sure what the red lead is for at this point, but maybe that needs an auxiliary power supply. I'm unsure, but there you go. That is provided with the BMW mount, and then you also get an extension lead, which allows you to, I believe, you remove this rubber plug from here, take that out, and you then plug in your camera device plug like that and screw it in, which then leaves you with a fly lead to connect and disconnect your cameras when you remove your nav unit from your vehicle, from the Garmin mount. So that is how they've done it, to make the unit removable. Again, very good idea. USB-C again being used here to do this, which is a very good medium because it's got a very high bandwidth to carry the signal from the cameras. So yeah, absolutely superb. Very, very good quality. Very, very nice piece of kit. And like I say, that'll be a separate video. We'll set this up on the bench and we'll get it running first. And the separate video will be installing it on the GS, and then we'll take it out and use it on the road, and I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on it. Again, you get screws with this, you get spare screws, you get mounting screws, and you also get spare tools, which is very useful. Thank you, Chigee. Yeah, what can I say? It's just typical superb quality that Chigee are now renowned for. And last but not least, we've got the AIO-6 60 frames cameras. So let's take a look and see what we get in here. And don't forget, guys, these are the first release of the new retail packaged AIO-6. So this is how you'll buy it. And again, here we go. We've got the the instructions on how to fit, how to install it, and by the look of it, I believe by the look of this you may have to power your cameras separately, but we'll get into that later. Like I say, I've not looked at anything yet in terms of the installation. There's the QR codes there for the Chigee app and the Chigee installation instructions. So in the box, what do we get? We get a camera B, a metal body camera, CNC aluminium billet body, nice cabling, very, very nicely put together. Again, nothing less than what we expect from Chigee. We have the second camera there, camera F. So I'm presuming F is front and B is back. That's just my simple mind and the way I would see it with an F and a B. What do we get in the packet? So this looks like the mounting hardware. Yeah, the mounting rings for the cameras, the screws, nuts and bolts. Let's shake it all out into the box. The mounting bases, again, moulded plastic but very high quality, very nice. 3M sticky pads, VHB 3M sticky pads. So that concludes the packaging. One more thing, the SIM card and what's provided from Chigee, whether you get data with it or whether you have to buy the data. At this point I'm not sure, because like I say, I've only just unwrapped it, I've only just opened it, and there's another couple of spare screws there as well which come in the SIM card packet for some reason. I'm not sure what they're for. So yeah, okay, so that's the AIO6. This kit is tailored towards somebody such as myself using a BMW based bike but also wanting to utilise the removable mounting system. Right, before we go any further, let's just have a look at a quick comparison between the new AIO6 and the AIO5. So this is the AIO5 for BMW, as you can see there. So the 6 side by side is quite a jump up in size. Let's just take a tape measure, measure it across. So it's the 6 is about 160 millimeters across, and the 5 is about 135 millimeters across. We know that the screens are measured diagonally, so we have the 5-inch and now we have the 6-inch. This is the AIO5, which I converted to be removable using the Chigee lossless mount, which I put some captive nuts into with a bit of Loctite, and then used a Wunderlich power block, which goes to the Garmin mount. It also has a USB adapter on it. I ran this off a USB and it worked absolutely faultless. So the first thing we'll do is we'll remove the standard Chigee mount. We'll then take the BMW mount and we'll line up the USB-C in the back, clip it on, and then using the longer provided studs, be careful not to over tighten these guys. They don't have to be too tight. They have got Loctite on them. check them all. There we go. So there we go. That's the BMW mount fitted. As you can see, it's very low profile, and when it's on, yeah, it looks like it's meant to be there. Absolutely brilliant. Looks certainly looks the job. So this is your camera connection cable, the USB-C hole at the side. I think that'll only fit one way around. Yes, it does. So it'll only fit in the upwards position, guys. And then again, we'll take two of the provided screws. There's one. And there's another. And we'll fasten that. So don't forget, when you get to the point of fitting the BMW mount on it, if you're not going to be using cameras, you don't need to fit this lead. At this point, you're good to go. You don't need any other connections. You don't need a CGRC LIN adapter. All the data will be passed through the mount. So if you're only looking to buy this unit for your BMW as a standalone unit, once you get that bracket fitted, that's it. You're good to go at that point. There's nothing further to do. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go along to your app store, and when you get to your app store, you'll search for Chigee Go, and there it is. Download the app and open it. So in order for this app to work correctly, and for the Chigee to send you any notifications when you've got the camera set, it will need the following permissions agreeing to. So if you enable these permissions, allow while using app, allow full access, and allow Bluetooth permission, and then click continue. You can now add your email address and get your logon code. You can open the app and click add device. You then select the device that you want to add, and we'll go for the AIO-6 LTE. You can then name your device. You can call it whatever you want. I'll call it the NJW Moto AIO6. Done. The next thing we'll do is it tells you there to turn on the car device screen. So I'm just going to add a USB-C to it and power it on for the first time. As we can see, that is now booting up. We've got the Chigee logo. And the noise to tell us it's booted up. We'll then select language, which I'm going to use English, and click OK. So then we're going to find a region to suit the LTE network, and we're going to select United Kingdom. Click OK. We're then going to select the time zone for the UK, which British summertime is UTC +1, and click OK. So the next step, we're going to connect to the local network, to the local Wi-Fi. We're going to click connect, and the device is going to search for the local Wi-Fi. As you can see there, it's found my Wi-Fi. You'll then insert your Wi-Fi password code in the box and hit the tick button. The unit is then connecting to the Wi-Fi. And as you can see there, connection successful. and then it would ask, do you want to activate immediately? So we're going to click OK. The unit is then activating, and as you can see, the activation was a success. We'll then go back to the Chigee app, and in the About page on your device you'll see a small barcode at the bottom. We'll scan that barcode, and that will then allow the unit to bind to the app. And there you go, you see, that serial number is a serial number from my Chigee unit. The save was successful. And as you can see there, it's the NJW Motor AIO6. Right, let's connect up the CarPlay element. Go into settings, go to your Bluetooth devices. So I'm going to select the 7662. So it's come up now, it's wanting a pair request. So I'm going to tell it to pair and allow it to sync contacts. Click OK on the Chigee and connect to CarPlay. And as simple as that, your CarPlay is up and running. When you get the Chigee, the number of your device at the bottom, it's the one without the LE on it that you click, because that is now connected. As you can see, we've got CarPlay, and I have to say that screen is beautiful. It's very bright, very vibrant, and yeah, it's super responsive, absolutely, and it's totally pin sharp. In fact, you know, that screen is as good as an iPhone screen. It's absolutely out of this world is the screen quality. So there you go, that's the CarPlay device connected. We're next going to put a memory card in the Chigee, and then we'll attempt to do an update and see if there's any software updates for the device. Right, so next I'm going to put an SD card in. I'm going to use a SanDisk Extreme 256GB. This is a recommended card by Chigee. So we'll pop that in. That's clicked in nicely. And then we'll insert the supplied 4G SIM. And there we go. That's the SIM card and the SD card fitted. So we'll power the Chigee back up and see what it says. So it's detected the SD card and it wants you to format it. So we'll click OK. So go into settings, go to storage, and we'll click format. As you can see, formatting successful. It's now checking the read and write speed of the SD card. It's U3 and detection is complete. It's happy with it, and it's going to now use that for recording the videos too. So the next thing we'll do is we'll check to see if there's any software updates. We'll click on update. We'll check for updates. Now the previous version that it was on was 0.92, so there is a new update for it. So we'll click update now. It's now searching for the Wi-Fi. So when you see your Wi-Fi network appear on the screen, select it. You'll see that's now connecting. Connection successful, and update now. It's now downloading the software. Now it's installing it. It's important at this point you don't disconnect the power. If you do, you could end up with catastrophic failure. This is another bonus with Chigee, guys. The over-the-air updates. You know, you don't have to put an SD card in them or anything like that. You just find your update, download it, and it does it automatically for you. And there we go. That's the new firmware is now installed. And as you can see, we've actually got a data signal there as well now, guys, from that SIM card that was supplied by Chigee. Detected 4G module can be upgraded. Upgrade now. Ah, so it's found another update. And there we go. 4G module upgraded successful. Great stuff. Some more. This is where you can set up whether you want miles or your temperature units, Fahrenheit or Celsius. Last reminder, not sure what that does. Camera switching. Camera switching? Don't know. Not had the cameras plugged in yet. About, that tells you all the information about your unit. All the legal and regulatory information. There's a reset. There's your language. Right. So as we've got it all connected now, you can see if we go to the Chigee Go app, you can see there that we've got the 4G connection, which is showing as active. So yeah, all working, all good. Let's just have a look at the new Chigee OS 2. So this is their second version of their operating system. It's pretty similar. This is just like the front dashboard. You've then got your vehicle information. You've got your RPM, you know, your rev counter as you had on the other one. Speed, tyre pressures. And when you connect this to the BMW, it automatically detects the tyre pressure monitoring from the BMW. So it uses the nav device for the BMW tyre pressure monitors. You can see there you've got your trip counters, you've got your lean angle, and it would appear that this has got some sort of accelerometer built into it, or some sort of gyro, because the lean angle seems to work just on the device. So yeah, quite good really. Yeah, so there you go. So this is the new sort of Chigee menu. You can reset all that back to standard. Again, tyre pressures at the bottom. You can click back to home. You've got your menu for your cameras there. Of course, we've not got any cameras connected at the moment. And then you've got your settings buttons, which has got all your typical settings in here. You've got your display and volume. You can have your brightness on automatic, or you can turn it off and adjust it manually. So I'll just leave it on auto. You've got a volume setting. You've got your touch tone on or off, and you've got your startup sound. You've got the storage element of it there. So you've got 28 gig on the actual machine itself, and I've got a 256 gig SD card in, which is currently showing at 238 formatted. So we'll go back out of there. You've got features. So this is where you set up your headset and your GPS and such forth. You've got your time settings, that's already set. Tyre pressure monitoring, that's if you're setting up or you want to link any external tyre pressure monitors. You've got your headset. So in the current configuration, it's set up so that your headset speaks to your mobile phone and your mobile phone mirrors everything to the AIO6. So there's no actual audio control or input or output from the Chigee itself, which is the best way to do it. Remote controller, we don't have one of them, but you can pair one. GPS, that tells you the amount of signals it's getting at the moment. And you've got attitude calibration, so you can recalibrate that if you wish to do so, which is simple to do. You just put it on a flat surface and click start. BSD, so this is for blind spot detection. So when we put the cameras on the bike, we will have blind spot detection on this. Now I've got blind spot detection on my BMW anyway as an option on the bike, but when we get it up and running, we'll give it a test and see how effective it is. And then we've got action camera control. So this is a new feature from Chigee. I believe they've partnered up with Insta. So this is some kind of integration between your action cameras and the AIO6. Probably link my Insta360 to that and see what it does, see what features it has. But that'll all come in the second part of this video when we fit it to the bike and we take it out on the road and see what the AIO6 is like to live with. I think that's about it really. Yeah, you've got your download button, so you can download to the phone, or you can download your videos. So yeah, quite intuitive, quite easy to use. If you want to go back to CarPlay, just hit the CarPlay button there, guys. And there you go, back to CarPlay, as easy as that. I must say I'm quite impressed with it as a unit. It's a very nice unit. There's no doubt about it. It's definitely top of the tree in quality terms. You know, I know I've said this before, but yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is a nice piece of kit. I'm sure the slightly smaller screen compared to the Carpuride 7-inch, yeah, it is slightly smaller, but do you know what? The quality of that screen is just absolutely, what can I say? It's custard and cream. It's as smooth as butter. It's absolutely beautiful. So, and I don't know whether that's coming out on camera, but when you see it for real life yourself, you'll understand. It really is a beautiful screen, and equally as good as any sort of iPhone screen. So, right, let's get the cameras fastened up to it and see what that does. Right, so this cable here is the new Chigee quick release harness. So when you fit this to a BMW with the BMW harness, as I explained earlier, it's got the USB-C adapter there, and then you've got another plug on the top. Now this plug plugs into there, USB-C. See if it goes in, there you go. That plug plugs into there, USB-C, and that then provides the signal from this unit to your front and your rear cameras. It does also have a power supply to it. It's possible that the Garmin mount doesn't carry enough ampage to run the cameras, so you do need to put an auxiliary supply to it. Plus the fact when you leave your bike stood with the security feature running, it will need to get power from somewhere, and if your cradle is switched off with the bike, there will not be no auxiliary power. So two reasons there. I think one is probably the amount of current required to work the cameras, and the other one is for the security feature, so that when your bike's parked up, if it finds that you've got an intrusion or somebody's playing with your bike, it will start recording, and that will then send a notification to your Chigee app and play the video back to you so that you can see what's going on around your bike. What a great feature. So we'll fasten the cameras up to this now and let's see what it's like when it's working. Right, so loads of wires here. This is the power supply wire that supplied in the kit. It's got a small fuse holder there for the permanent live. It's got an auxiliary live which needs to go to a switched live on your bike. I'll just be using the same one that I use for the Vantrue camera that comes from my Hex EasyCam, and then a ground, which is a standard loop terminal ground. I would say that the cameras are now connected because the red recording light in the top corner is flashing. If you can see that. It's a little red light up here, that tells you that your cameras are recording. So let's have a look at the cameras. And there we go. That's the front camera. Just pick that up. Just look at that quality. 60 frames per second, 1080, but absolutely fantastic quality. I've put a registration plate on the back of the GS. If you can read that, you can see that it's more than capable of capturing number plates. With 60 frames a second, it's not going to miss anything, despite the fact that it's 1080p. So yeah, fantastic quality, that, brilliant. So if you hit this little button here, brings up the camera menu, you can switch between front and rear. So that's now the back camera, and again you can see superb quality, absolutely fantastic. Just to run through the camera menu now, that switches the view you're looking at. You can actually have one of the cameras in a little window at the top, so you can have your front on the main screen, your back up there, and vice versa. Tap on the screen again, you can lock your screen, you can opt to record or stop recording, and you can go into the settings. You can choose your resolution between 1080 or 720, your frames per second between 30 and 60, FUS, so merge your recordings into a single video file and select a camera as the main view. So that is off at the moment. We don't want them as a single recording. Video length, I've got that set to 2 minutes. Data overlay, so you can choose here what you do want and what you don't want on your video overlay. You can, what's PKG monitor? Alright, parking vibration sensitivity, so you can adjust the sensitivity for the parking monitor. And sound recording is standard. You can increase the intensity or you can turn it off. I've chose to leave it on. And then there's a recorder indicating light, which, yeah, we know that works anyway, and I'll leave that on. So that's the menu for the cameras. Looking at the cameras, guys, I don't think we can fault them. Absolutely crystal clear, pin sharp. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. So we've got the cameras on there, guys, all fitted up. Everything's working on the bench. One thing I forgot, the gallery. If you want to check your recordings, you can click that, stops recording, and there you go. So you can choose between the front or the back. That's the internal card, or you can switch back to the SD card for your recordings. I'm just looking now at the pages. Yeah, so There's quite a few recordings on there, but I've just opened the Chigee app, and as you can see from my mobile phone, that's live data from the NJW Motor workshop. There's the mighty GS in the background there. So yeah, so the 4G system works absolutely perfectly. So let's summarise some of the key features of the new AIO6 from Chigee. Firstly, you've got this lovely 6-inch screen, very crisp, very bright, very clear, 2000 nits of brightness. That's a world leader in itself. You've got the Chigee OS2, it's the new operating system from Chigee. You've got multiple mount options for quick release. You've got the Chigee quick release. You've also got the BMW quick release, coupled with tyre pressure monitoring and all the rest of that good stuff. IP69, waterproof and dustproof, absolutely brilliant. What else we've got? We've got live tracking and live video streaming. As you see there, the BMW quick release, the Wonder Wheel control. What can I say, guys? This is the ultimate in CarPlay devices for your motorcycle. It's massively feature packed, and I've got to say it is brilliant. 1080p 60 frames cameras, which also are used for the blind spot detection. So if your bike doesn't have blind spot detection, if you buy one of these, it can have that feature. Tracking, theft control, so it has a Century monitor. So if it detects anybody messing about with your bike, it'll send you a notification and a recording. There's also the feature of the integration of the Insta360 cameras, or the Insta cameras, and the SOS emergency. And as you can see, a vast range of accessories that are available. So please visit the Chigee website and please have a look at all the options you can get for the AIO6. So thank you very much for joining me today. As ever, it's always appreciated. All the likes, all the subscribes, and all the comments that keep coming. I do my best to answer every comment and to give people as honest opinion and answers as I can. What can I say? Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thank you for supporting the channel. Please don't forget, if you do want to pre-order from Chigee, I believe these devices are going to be available mid-June, the AIO6 Max and the AIO6 LTE. So if you are going to order, please use the NJW Motor discount code. The link is in the description. You will get a discount on your purchase because you've used the NJW Motor code, and NJW Motor will benefit from a small commission from Chigee, which helps to bring you more of this content. In the next video, the part 2 version of the AIO6, we're going to fit that to the R1300 GS, and I'll take you through my way of fitting it to the GS and making it as neat and tidy as possible. Initial thoughts from myself: it's a beautiful device, it's very well polished, the software works nice, the cameras are absolutely fantastic quality. So let's get it on the bike and get it out on the road, and then I'll give you my final opinion on the NJW Motor scoreboard, and we'll know exactly where this sits in the market then from my opinion. Please remember to use my codes. Please remember to keep coming back, keep smashing the like button, and keep hitting that subscribe button. We'll leave it there. Ride safe and bye for now.